Hour.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, I had to do it. I had to
And
do it.
we're live.
Well, thank you, Brian, for bringing us in that way. Welcome to Roll for Damage, everyone. It has been a second since we've all been back, so we are very excited to be here. Yeah, it's been how many weeks since Josh was here? Like
Month.
five?
A month.
Months.
A month.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you weren't
like
even
probably
supposed to,
5.
you weren't even supposed to be back yet, but our schedule got out of sync, so it kind of worked out. So yeah, welcome back to Roll for Damage. It has been a second. Just to kind of give you an idea of just recap wise, because it's been a second for everyone. We're going to take a few steps back here, and I'm going to bring us into what's been going on narratively for the past few sessions. So, last we left off, our adventurers found a map. They discovered that that tetrahedron that those two school students had stolen um, back in the beginning of the campaign, where Havoc was set up for this crime, this break-in at the school archives and museum, discovered it was actually a secret map, and that the way to open that was with this artifact known as Mage Splinter, a device that can dispel different arcane enchantments and spells um, fairly effectively. And when you broke open that seal, the map revealed itself, and as you followed it, it took you down into the ancient dwarven mines from the point in time when this city was still known as Cragdock. Um, as you explored those mines, you found what appears to be like a grand museum um, containing many works of the famous artist Frodoelangelo, stone painter. The woman in which the city is now named after. It was originally Cragdock, now named Frodea, after they discovered her tomb. Um, and a few signs of her existing here in the city after the point in which people had thought she had actually died. Um, so this place has become a center point for her work. Um, and you have now stumbled inside what not only looks to be a museum, but now as you step into this final room, what appears to be a tomb. Um, there is a large stone sarcophagus filled with buttons and levers and dials and switches and spinners, which all seem to be this large um, puzzle to open this thing. Sitting in the other room, sitting in the room, there are two statues in the corner, one of which depicts Adam, the other of which depicts Eve, two very prominent historical figures from back at the time in which Frodoelangelo was alive. She was around the same time period they were alive. Um, and then there's other two smaller statues, which look to be two dwarven figures, her parents, um, sit there watching over the sarcophagus. Um, Leading you through these chambers was a large stone uh, a large stone golem that looks like Frodoelangelo. As you look at the painting, the self-portrait across the way from you, it looks very similar to her. Um, and you found that this thing is a guide almost, a curator of the museum who knows everything there is to know about it and has been giving you countless historical information and interesting, just scientific information too about the way some of the pieces were made, the inks that were used, um, and overall seems to help give this educational experience. However, with it being very, very late in the night as you guys came down here, you decided to take rest inside of this chamber where this large tomb lies. If I recall correctly, Izukan curled up in the corner. Havoc fell asleep on top of the sarcophagus. Um, and then Juniper and Wave eventually sprawled out at different points in the room. And as you all rest, um, you do so quietly. It's a bit cold down here. Some of you shiver, waking up a few times in the night. But some of you are used to the cold and it doesn't bother you. Or don't get cold at all, because you are on fire. Um, but Wave, you are one of those people who has a fairly restless night. You can't seem to get comfortable. You keep tossing and turning. And as you sleep, you keep... Every time you close your eyes, it's like you're sleepwalking. You see yourself walking down a long corridor. You can hear sound of feet echoing through a long, distant stone hall. And as you walk into what looks to be like this small chamber lit by torchlight, you can see what seems to be a fairly large library. There's all sorts of books and kind of opened up on the ground, papers scattered everywhere. And as you walk in, you look up and you can see the ceiling is just covered in what looks to be diagrams and sketchings and a map, which looks to be like this entire, what looks to be just an outline of the night sky, um, drawn as if frantically drawn by someone in a psychotic break. Scribbles all over the place, large words that don't seem to make any sense. And as you stand in this room, you feel lost. But some part of it seems familiar as well. As you stand there, you hear a voice echo throughout the room. And you instinctually turn to look to see who it is, but you realize you can't. And this isn't uncommon for your dreams. You've heard that a lot of people, when they realize they're dreaming, they're able to exhibit some sort of free will in it. You've really never had that option. You see yourself walk over, pull open a book, and as it lays down on the table, you recognize it as the tome that you have, that you carry on you. And as you open it up, the pages kind of flow, and as it lands on this one particular page of which you have not seen before, there's a flash of light, and you find yourself waking up.
Is it still like during the rest time, or is it?
Yeah, it's still during the rest. Everyone else is still out.
Oh boy. That. Wade will kind of like get up and just kind of like take a little stroll into the hallway. Maybe open his canteen, drink some water, kind of collect himself a little bit.
As you walk into the hall and you get some water, you can see standing at the end of the hall, a large stone statue just kind of looks at you. And you can see it
Oh
has like this
boy.
arcane glow kind of behind its eyes and between its joints. It's that same one that was leading you around and kind of giving you the tour.
Are you awake? On? Active?
I am. How can I help you?
Uh, I don't know, since you're like, you know, not, I guess, like me, but do you ever dream at night?
I do not dream, no.
Uh,
Dreams are for the living.
yeah, I figured. Do you know about dreams?
I do. I know that great inspiration can come from dreams, as did many of Frodoelangelo's greatest works.
I see. Did she ever talk with you about her dreams?
Frodoelangelo, stone painter, spoke about her dreams through her paintings.
I see.
Let me show you one.
Okay.
And it leads you down the hall, back into the main chamber, and it leads you to this painting in which you remember when you first came in here. You kind of uh, felt a pull to it. Um, you look at it, and it is a what looks to be like a large mountain um, that towers in the sky, and behind it there is this dark void, a swirling mass of smoke and debris, kind of being pulled in towards this dark eclipse.
Kind of reminiscent of the dream. Is it reminiscent of the dream I had back in session 2?
It is actually.
I've I've seen that before.
When you first came in?
No, I was uh back at the university and I was having another restless night and this image came to me in my dreams.
Well, many believe Frodoelangelo Stone Painter to be a oracle, a seer, someone who could see into the future. They suggest that this is why some of her works seem to detail certain events or convey certain emotions or connections to people's lives.
I
But she
see.
never confirmed this with me.
I see. Uh, uh, I'm sorry, I just needed to clear my head. It's been one thing after another.
You kind of find yourself staring into this void of this painting for a few moments until you kind of get lost in it. And for a second, you see a reflection of something staring back at you from the void. And as you blink, it's gone.
I think I'll head back to the room with the others now. Uh, Thank you. Bye.
And you
And
turn around
Wave
and
will.
it's gone. And you realize you've been standing here for several minutes and you have no idea how much time's passed.
What? Like the painting's gone or the
No, no, no,
actual
no. The tour guide
the,
is gone. Yeah.
You got lost staring in the picture.
It's the
Yeah.
image of Wave standing in front of the picture, just and the golem
Staring.
standing there. Because I imagine the golem was there for like a solid minute, just like,
Yeah.
is he gonna move or? I don't think
Is he gonna
needs
say
me.
anything?
And
Is he
just like
gonna?
slowly backs up, and it's just like leave.
Yeah. Wave will like once he realizes he's alone, will kind of like back up and then like sprint back to the room with everyone else.
Yeah. You head on back. As you get there, you can see at this point everyone's kind of waking up.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Good morning.
He's kind of in the corner, kind of wakes up like a cat, like just full stretch.
7-foot
Yeah.
cat.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Havoc looks around in the completely, like, enclosed room. Is it morning?
Well, my body's telling me it's morning.
All
My
right.
body's normally not wrong.
Havoc just puts his hands on his hips. Makes sense to me.
I like to think that Havoc hasn't gotten off the top of the sarcophagus, so he's literally on top of the sarcophagus on his side, hands on his hips.
Oh yeah, no, he's like straddled it, like, yeah.
Cute.
He's like doing stretches on top. Accidentally flips a couple of levers. They immediately flip back.
Yeah. Oh, what are you guys doing?
Ah. So are you gonna like try every combination on this?
I will note, as you guys see Wave walk back into the room, you can see his hair's been getting whiter, but it seems even more so after the course of the night. At this point, only like I'd say like a third of the edges of his hair still retain that orange.
Are you feeling okay, Wave?
Yeah. It was just hard to sleep. I'm just a little tired.
Alright, well, we'll get back to the university soon and you can get back to your comfy little bed.
Yeah. That'll be nice.
100% thinks when Wave says that. Wait, it was hard to sleep? So he went and dyed his hair? Weird.
Perfect logic. Infallible.
I don't know what Izukan believes. That's what I'm trying to figure. Like, what does Izukan think of this?
It's a ghost. Haunted him.
Juniper is fully not really paying attention to his hair color, so the change. She's just like, you just look tired.
Izukan notices it, but he doesn't know what to think about it, so he kind of just
And
moves on with his
You
day.
guys have seen it. You guys have seen it gradually getting whiter and whiter over the past few days.
Okay, this isn't like he wakes up one morning and all of a sudden,
It's like,
okay,
yeah.
this has been gradually happening. Okay.
No, it's been gradually happening the past few days.
Okay.
You just look frightened, is all.
He always looks like. I mean,
Well, you don't have to say it.
No, he's right. It's terrifying down here.
What happened?
Well, I guess I decided to take a stroll back where we came and decided to look at some of the paintings, and one of the paintings reminded me of a dream I had, and before I knew it, I saw the visions of someone I didn't recognize, and the golem that led me there was gone.
taking a look outside of the room. Is the golem there? Like the golem didn't just like disappear.
Move, yeah.
Yeah, it's still kind of standing outside the room.
Okay. That I wasn't saying like disappeared as in like it's gone,
Gone
but
out.
like
returns
he
to
was
the place
saying,
that was made.
yeah, it was
He
yeah.
left the room, yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hmm. Do you know how long you were staring at the picture for?
Mhm.
On
The
piece of
golem
art?
might know. It felt like just maybe a minute or two.
Excuse me. Juniper like kind of shimmies outside and taps the golem on the shoulder. Our friend back there, how long was he up and walking around? Did you happen to see him? We were all asleep.
I did. It's quite some time.
Mm. About how long?
Hmm.
Half an hour? An hour?
About 2.
2? 2 hours?
We had a conversation, led him to a picture.
Oh.
And then he left.
Okay. Thank you so much for answering my question. She'll go back inside. Whatever you think happened, happened. The golem says you were gone for 2 hours.
Havoc is just pushing the same button over and over.
Well, I guess
As
no
you start
use
pushing the
hanging up
button,
on that now.
Izukan kind of walks over, starts smacking your hand every time you press it, so it's push back, push back, push back.
He just tries to go faster.
So I guess we need to figure out the code to that sarcophagus, huh?
Yes, that is our
Probably.
most pressing.
Jacob, can I
Hey,
ritual cast detect magic and see if there's any kind of arcane something?
Izukan, as he's kind of standing there, will kind of bring up, yeah, I really don't want to leave this place without something to show for it, because we stole the minecart and broke it.
You know,
What are you talking about?
that
stole
Can't
the
we
minecart?
use
that was there.
Adventures
That was
Title
like that
1?
before we were there. Before we.
Which
got
is why
there.
I would like to have something to show for it.
Who stole the minecart?
Not us.
See?
I know. But also, we're the most likely candidates. So I would like to have some sort of, see, we didn't do anything. We found this.
Did the golem direct us to a gift shop of any type?
No,
No gift
unfortunately
shop.
not.
No, like
they
small
weren't
miniature
looking
versions
for.
of the paintings.
Yeah,
They
well-
weren't looking to monetize though.
They're just little souvenirs.
I don't
Not-
think
not good-
Frodoelangelo.
not-
I don't think Frodoelangelo was a good business mind. She was
No,
an
Not a
artist,
good
but
business mind.
No little like trifold pamphlets that like tell you about all of the exhibits. When you don't
No,
have the
you know
robot
what?
around.
she was an artist. She wasn't. I think she was a different kind of visionary.
She just wanted a place to store her work and her body.
We don't know if her body's here yet.
I still think we should go dig up the other one.
We can do that anytime. I mean, I guess
yeah.
we could come back here anytime, but
Especially since we know we could use the back door now. Pushing the same button.
Havoc, would you try different combinations, please?
He's been
Okay.
trying the same ones on her.
He pushes a button that's like slightly to the left of the one he was pushing and starts pressing that one repeatedly.
Well, normally a pattern has multiple
Well,
components.
maybe I need to press it enough times.
Wave.
Maybe.
You said you wanted to
You-
detect magic.
Yeah.
You're really Dark Souls in this, because I know there are a few walls in Elden Ring and Dark Souls where it's not one hit, it's not 2 hits, it's like 15.
You detect magic, and you sense that there is what seems to be like a plethora of arcane energy kind of stored behind this sarcophagus. And I will describe it as what seem to be like unused arcane channels to redistribute that energy elsewhere should it need to be redistributed.
Okay. And does it feel like connected to the sarcophagus or behind the sarcophagus?
Connected.
Okay.
Backup generator.
Guess my next course of action will be to like ritual cast identify on the sarcophagus to see if I can glean its properties and how to use it.
Casting identify, you find that there's not really a way to use it. But the magic most closely related to it, I think, would be conjuration.
Well, it looks like this sarcophagus can reroute magic channels to, if I had to guess, maybe open corridors, power different places of the crypt. Could be a numerous amount of things. So there's got to be some kind of pattern, key code that'll let us progress further in.
Havoc, as you're pushing the button over and over and over again, you notice, like, as you press it, that there's actually, like, as you're pressing it, a little bit of text kind of faintly glows on the outside of the sarcophagus rim.
What does that say? He doesn't even bother to check what language the text is in.
I'm busy.
As you guys look at it, the only one to recognize it is Wave, with it being Dwarvish.
So it's Dwarvish for.
As you kind of look at it, as Havoc keeps pressing it over and over again, and then taking his finger off, and it keeps appearing and disappearing.
One letter at a time.
Yes.
This is what it says.
You read a haiku. It is a Dwarvish haiku. But it reads, "She was made for this. In its heart lies a prison. The Dark One rests still."
Well, that sounds foreboding.
Now, like, the first two lines of that one were pretty okay. That last one... He's still pressing the button. Kind of changes whether I want to open this or not.
Maybe the golem has some kind of, like, password or key in it. But I second Havoc's concern if there's a dark one resting underneath there.
Oh! Maybe the Valkyrie knew about all this and there's actually, like, something evil in there. The Valkyrie wanted it.
Maybe the Valkyrie was looking for a way to get here. Not that it knew what was here, just that it knew that something was here.
Yeah! He moves to a third button. Actually,
Jacob,
no,
did
this one's
the
a lever.
oh my god, did the notes of the two rascals we caught at the start of this campaign, did it mention anything in there about them trying to, like, reach a dark one or some kind of, like, figure?
I mean, the only thing they were interested in was, I mean, that cult that they were a part of. And let me just make sure I get my own cults right. They were known as the they followed under this cult known as the Sightings of the Forever King.
That's right.
Which sought to release the angel Asgarand, who used to be ruler over all the 9 realms.
That's right.
Ruling from Asgard. And I had mentioned this before, but those of you who know your history, and actually, Wave, make a history check for me.
Like a history check.
Sorry.
Okay.
You good? Yeah. It's Juniper. It is Juniper who recognizes the one of the paintings in this chamber. There's 3, one of which looks to be a king with their being grabbed at by many hands, surrounded in chains, their crown being removed. Another one looks to be an angel with a cloth wrapped around her eyes. She holds a scale in one hand and a sword in the other. And this is the angel Thray, who was one of the beings who sought to return order to everything, and while she perished in her fight, she perished in one of her fights to kind of restore order to everything. She is known as being a symbol for blind but true justice. She was blinded while fighting the creator of the elves, Alfara, but continued forward in her mission to restore order to everything. So yeah, you would recognize that.
Well, that's Thray.
Mm-hmm.
And I would...
But yeah, you recognize there's definitely, at least with the works in this room, there seems to definitely be a connection to the fall of Asgarand.
And okay, so so Frodoelangelo's portrait is titled "The Warded," and this is supposed to be her tomb, correct? So she is standing watch over someone who has
Asgarand.
fallen and imprisoned. So, forgot my voice for that. I think we're standing right above or at the entrance of Asgarand's prison. Havoc, please stop that. And she smacks his hand. We need to be very delicate about this if what I think is true.
Have we tried asking the rock Frodoelangelo if she knows what's under there?
She wouldn't.
I don't think this is something
She
that she will tell
was-
to the general public.
You were told that Frodoelangelo rests in there. That's what the golem told you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's as far as we know.
I mean, Frodoelangelo might still be in there. But,
Yes,
maybe
but she is
Frodoelangelo's the
physically and metaphorically, or probably magically, keeping everything,
Havoc is still sitting on the sarcophagus. Just saddled.
Are there any words or diagrams or pictures associated with the buttons or anything like that that's also associated with anything around the room?
Make a investigation check.
Okay. It's
I
not
think
rolled out well this time.
we should remember the other paintings in the exhibit. Well,
We really are gonna die this session.
okay.
Yeah.
It's the question. Is there... So the order that I'm seeing the paintings in our notes, is that the
Yes.
same order that we saw them in?
Or
Or that they're presented in the exhibit?
We go to items, art pieces. Somewhat. So there is the puppeteer, the void, the prey, and the open crypt, which were the four that you saw. The open crypt was the one that Juniper connected with, the prey was the one that Izukan connected with, the void was Wave, and the puppeteer was Havoc. Then the passage was the one that you saw where putting different lights on it, reflected through these different crystals, showed different images and revealed different
Using
things.
the light of Alfheim, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Actually, I
Um,
did have one question on that.
Yes.
The lights in the crystals were fixed inside the room, right? But they were
Yeah.
able to be like shifted in ways that
Yeah.
determine. Have there been any like just reflective surfaces in this place beyond the ones we've brought with us?
That is an excellent question. You can make an investigation check.
I mean, someone else could.
I think
You're the one that came up with the idea.
Yeah. Um,
is this room
talking about the Angel of Justice and talking about how the Angel of Justice was blinded by the god of the elves.
Mhm.
It might be a good idea for us to look into that room again,
That's a good
because
flash of
it is the
challenge.
light of Alfheim, right? And the light of Alfheim is the elves, and in this room there is a picture of the one that was blinded by the god of the elves. So using that light, maybe we'll do something in this room somehow. If we could use that light, maybe there's some sort of reflections that we can use to illuminate something in this room.
What if the wall's fake?
That's
We are not about to start Dark Souls this wall and just smack
Uh,
it until it goes
As
away.
you kind of are looking around trying to find something, you're kind of pressing, looking, and as you're investigating like the edges of the wall, you actually press and you activate a button and you watch as the wall spins out and creates like a reflective mirror out from the wall. It's small though, but it's just
There's
it's one.
buttons. Look for buttons. Havoc just starts rolling on walls, just like standing, just like
just rotating, but
until he feels another button.
he goes along the left wall like a maze.
Yeah. As you kind of track, are like, okay, if light's coming through this, it would have to be up in this general area, and you kind of go.
I mean, Havoc just like lights his finger. I think Havoc does this much more practically than like knowledge based, where like he just lights his finger on fire of like, okay, well, if we want the light to go there, I'll put my light source here and look at where it reflects off the mirror.
Mm.
Yeah. And you keep doing this, and eventually you start getting closer and closer to that room that you came from with the light of Alfheim. And as you finally get there, you get to this mirror in the side of the room. And the light's not kind of directly being pointed into it, but you can move the crystals to direct.
Do you think mirrors like flip back at all, like after we press the buttons?
No, they stay there. You can, if you press it again, then it flips back.
It's just a toggle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Havoc's gonna use thaumaturgy, so he's really, really loud. And in the Alfheim tree room, we'll just say, "Okay, I'm gonna do it," and just.
Which crystal are you moving?
There was the one for like the past, and yeah, I think the one for the past, right?
Yes. So there was yellow, which was the past,
Yeah, I remember
blue,
those.
which was the present, and then red, which was the future.
Yeah, yellow first.
Okay. As you kind of shine the light in, you guys left in the room watch as, kind of looking down the hall, you see a beam of yellow light kind of streak and reflect. And as it hits into the room, you realize it doesn't quite seem to reach any particular painting. It actually goes right up into the ceiling.
Oh.
Directly above the sarcophagus.
Did that do anything?
Is there a button on the ceiling?
Yeah, as you kind of climb up and reach up. It's a bit
You
of a stretch. Oh yeah, you
He's
jump.
just kind of.
And as you press it, you watch as kind of falling down from the ceiling, almost like a disco ball, what seems to be a translucent crystal that kind of spins.
Time.
We get some brews in here, this would be a real rager.
Did you say it was a rager in there?
Yeah, I think if we got some keggers down here, I think that would be a real nice time. I don't think anybody would be complaining.
Oh, we could definitely. Honestly, this would be a really good scene for that.
I think there's one person that'd be complaining. Well, not a person, but you know,
It's more people
something.
in the exhibit. I'm sure there's also measures in place to keep the painting safe.
Havoc 100% having at one point just had his face just mushed onto the glass. Like he's a child. Like, whoa!
Wow. Wowee!
Wow, wee wow.
Yes. So the light reflects, yes?
It does.
Sorry, Seth.
I'm gonna try the other crystal. Seems like nothing exploded.
Yeah. What painting do you turn the crystal so the light is reflected onto?
I'll turn it to the one on the left-hand side first.
Okay, so the left-hand side. Oh my gosh, you've got me thinking here. So that is going to be the prisoner.
Yes.
Um,
I'm gonna shine the light, and this is the past light, right?
yes.
Okay. Yeah.
As you shine it, you look and see the chains kind of fall away, the crown return, on the image, and you can see what look to be a pair of angelic wings form off of its back.
Okay. Does that shift anything in the room, or it just changes how the painting looks?
It just changes how the painting looks.
Interesting. Okay. She's gonna turn it to, I think the warden is the one directly above the crypt.
Mm-hmm. You turn it to that one, nothing happens. This one doesn't seem to have any special light properties.
With that one. And then lastly to the judge.
You turn it to the judge, and the main difference you see is actually the sword changes.
Mm.
It looks a little less ornate. And you notice what's different about these two paintings is now that you've put the light on them, they actually don't change when you pull it back away. It's like they've stayed in this state.
The light has had some effect on the painting that has changed them.
Havoc will.
Sorry.
So red was future.
Yes.
We'll just go in chronological. We'll do present now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take away the Yellowstone and slot into the next.
Okay. As you turn the blue stone, have that light reflect and it returns. Juniper, as you turn the crystal and reflect it onto those paintings, you actually see they transform into the same versions that you saw when you first came into the room.
Got it. So that one resets them to how they were today. Alright, I'm ready for the next color.
Okay. This is the best one. As he puts the red stone in front.
As you reflect the red light and you first turn it towards the painting, you watch as you are kind of met by this intense stare as it transforms from the king with the crown being removed, the chains wrapped around them, to you now look and see the chains snapping, the large set of wings return, but this time they're black, covered in necrosis, dark wings kind of come off of them. Their eyes pits of darkness with like black veins kind of crawling out from the corners of it. A large smile filled with black blood um, kind of smiles out and drips, and you can see the psychotic look um, on their face.
Um, Havoc, I'm gonna need you to turn it to the line of Alfheim, because can you put all of them at once, please, very quickly?
Donk.
Yeah, as you do all of them at once, you can see it's that same thing where you kind of have the overlay of all of them happening at the same time, and you kind of get this weird trippy effect of like part of it has like this uh, the dark kind of twisted side. The other part is being torn apart. One side has the one wing, the other side has the dark wing. Um, it's this very trippy image.
Does it stay that way after I move the light from it?
Yes.
What happens? Can, sorry, can you change it back to the red one?
Okay. And Havoc just like takes the other two away and is like,
I panicked. I got a little scared.
it didn't like try to murder you or anything, right?
No, but it looked like it might.
Um,
Oh, unless
Havoc, or not Havoc, EasyCon, what's your passive?
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
13.
13. Juniper, what's your passive?
13 as well.
13.
Well, since Izukan's not really doing anything, he's just observing.
Can you roll d20 for me?
Who?
Josh.
Hmm.
Lord.
Sorry, I didn't know you were talking to me there. A D20. In this episode of I Can't Roll Above a 10.
So crazy.
You guys watch as Wave just kind of stands there frozen, staring at the twisted painting. And it's just like you look and it's like this trance as he's stuck staring at it.
Wave. Are you?
She's coming back.
What do you mean by that?
She was here before. What are you talking about? You guys notice, and it's just now that you notice. After having heard Wave speak, hearing him talk now, and hearing him talk the other day, you recognize like there's been different inflections to Wave's voice the past few days.
Wave, I think I need you to back up. Isekan, can you take him out of this room?
Yes. When you say she, what do you mean?
What Juniper's always talking about, you know? Look at the symbols here. Although this is way before way before they ever came. She did.
Ooh.
The one who should be gone, should be dead. You know, right? Juniper?
Are you talking about who I think you're talking about?
I am.
You better not be. Oh.
I mean, it's all there, right?
Wave. You're suggesting something that is very, very serious.
I'm
I don't even
suggesting.
want to call you Wave. I don't know who you are.
What are you talking about?
You're not him. You're acting weird.
Make an intimidation check.
I don't like it.
Advantage.
14.
Are you giving her advantage?
Yeah.
Okay, roll again.
Izukan's kind of standing up to his full height.
Bro.
Wow.
You watch as
Wow.
Wave kind of stands there.
Wave.
This was a mistake. And you watch as Mage Splinter erupts in energy. You watch as the rest of Wave's hair turns a starch white. As you see his eyes begin to glow. I would like everyone to roll for initiative. And Josh, you're gonna be running the show. You also watch as there's this explosion of light. You see the two statues in the back of the room, what look to be a stone exterior, kind of crumble and break out from around them, as two golems also come to life in the corner.
Should I roll initiative for Wave?
Yeah, you roll initiative. You're going to control Wave. So,
Okay.
Not ideal.
Ooh.
but I'm going to...
Jacob, could you plop the camera on the map
Oh, yes, I can.
to make sure I have vision of that while I try and find the room with the thingies?
Yeah, I got you. It's in this room.
Here we
I'm just going to include a camera down like every hallway.
go. Make sure to give this character or this profile vision on them.
Are you on a new profile?
I'm on my actual one.
So
Right,
should I just give it to Seth Cam? That's what it should have, right?
No, Habit. It should give it to Habit.
Okay. There we go.
I believe I
There we
rolled
go.
0.
Then initiative. Ooh. Yeah, Havoc's just way down, just like,
What's happening?
hey, something going on. As
What?
I think it's battle time.
Yeah, it is going to be battle time.
It's hilarious that the second you get possessed, you start rolling great. Look
Yeah.
at that.
No, I saw that too. I'm like, wow, Evil Wave is just popping off.
Good Wave dies today. Oh, wait.
Oh, Evil Wave is going to die. That's what.
Yeah.
I see.
And Josh, I'm going to let you... Here, I'm going to message you.
Let's see, what'd you say? Okay.
Okay. So, top of initiative. Yeah, this is not letting me add it. Okay, well, no concern about them going first.
Oh, that's funny. I don't actually have the initiative marker showing. That might be helpful.
Okay. Wave, you're up first.
You guys watch Wave do the similar hand signs he does for his magnified gravity before he looks at Izukan and Juniper. Kneel, and
Don't you
each need
dare!
to make some saves. Um, yeah, that DC 16 strength save on a success, half damage, and no reduced speed. On a failure, full damage, and your speed is what? Cut in half? Yeah, it's cut in half.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Yeah, not for you.
Okay, is that Wave's turn?
Yeah,
So that'll be 19 damage on a failed save.
or 9 on a success.
Yeah. Juniper, you're up.
Yeah, I'm up. Hold on. I gotta do basic math. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you watch as Juniper is crushed down to the ground. You can see blood kind of just like it's like those some of those cuts that she had earlier from the last combat just reopen instantly under the weight of everything, and you can see blood just begins pouring out from the corners of her skin through her fur. And your mouth starts bleeding too as you like or just the crushing weight of everything.
I'm gonna get up. Mage Splinter exploded, right?
No, it like exploded energy around it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as if it completely dispelled something on Wave.
Mm. And he's holding it, yes?
He is, yeah.
Okay. I don't need to make a save to get up, right? I can just...
Half your movement.
Yeah, just have
Yep.
your half movement.
45 halved.
Just goes down to 20.
Okay, so then I have 10. I mean, he's right next to me. I'm just gonna ram him in the stomach as I get up.
Okay.
Please
Make an
don't.
attack roll.
Please. Please. Please, dice gods.
You don't have to roll high to hit me.
You have
I'm
to roll
sure-
higher than that, though.
Higher than a 9,
that's
yes.
You can bonus
I'm
action
gonna-
or flurry of
yeah.
blows.
I'm gonna... I'm gonna bonus action, yeah. And, ram again. 11.
That one hits, yeah.
Okay. I am going to also use a key point to wait. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, so that would be 5 bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm.
And did you take Crusher?
I did.
Okay, do you want to move him? Anywhere within 5 feet of you.
I'm gonna toss him right here in front of me, between me and Izukan.
Okay. So
Did
as
that-
you do hit him, you kind of push him, like, between you.
Mhm.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Did I like knock? Did I knock his the mace flew out of his hand and all.
No,
Yeah,
that would be like a contested thing you would have to do.
gotcha. That's it.
Havoc.
Havoc.
You're in the other room. You hear like some sort of magical energy go off.
Did it finally explode?
Son of a bitch! You just hear
I'll
that.
take that as a yes. And then starts slowly walking around the table. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I guess he 30. He hears like the combat going on. Hey, it's like something actually happening. Oh shoot!
Yes, something is very much happening.
He starts running up dash. 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He gets to there.
Okay.
He's chucking.
Awesome. Izukan.
Okay.
I should-
Bonus action, rage.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with claws.
Are you gonna flank?
Yes. Move right here. Smack. 13.
13 will hit.
Hits.
D6 for slashing, so that's 12 damage.
Cool.
As
And
you
then
cut into
second
Wave,
attack.
he seems way more resilient than he normally does.
Okay. Second attack, 13.
Hits.
Bang. Wow, the polar opposites of my damage.
Did you roll max and min?
Yeah.
Yes.
The duality of man.
Really. How do you get
Um,
average damage?
19.
That's. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. The Stone Warriors are up. They will walk forward.
Guys, can we tell if they're friendly or hostile to us?
That is a great question.
Uh,
I would like all of you guys to make 2 wisdom saving throws.
Yay.
Okie dokie, artichokey.
You know, in actuality, it's both.
You know what? I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
Is it wisdom saves?
Hey,
So
hey,
you're
Josh.
right. Evil Wave is bowling well.
Are these charmed or frightened effects?
No.
Okay.
Can't believe this.
Hey, you got one more.
Okay. Yeah, so unfortunately this is very good for Wave. So basically, you guys who failed, it was a DC 17. Or Juniper, did you get to reroll?
Oh
it was
no,
2
I
saves.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
If you failed, yeah, you guys failed one of them. But essentially, you guys can't use reactions, your speed is halved, and you can't make more than 1 attack on its turn. And you can only make an action or a bonus action, not both.
So that's everyone.
Yeah, Wave, however, because Mage Splinter has just turned to Stirring, you, as a reaction, when you make a save against a spell or a magical effect, you can make a melee or ranged attack with Mage Splinter, with advantage against the attacker. So you could do that immediately because you succeeded the first one, you would have failed the second one.
Right.
So you could have done that like in between. If you want to attack one of these golems.
Yeah, and you said it's with advantage.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Cool. It'll just be a straight roll for me. I'm not proficient with the spear. So a 19.
That'll hit. So roll.
What's the damage on the spear?
It will. It used a magical effect, so it's actually going to be 2d8.
2d8. Cool. 6.
Okay. Yeah, but you guys are all slowed now. Wave, you're up.
Yeah. I am going to cast Vortex Warp on myself. And let's see, what's the range on that guy?
90, I think.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna like put myself in the corner,
Okay.
and just kind of blip on out of there. And do I repeat the save at the end of my turn, like, or
Yes, you repeat.
okay, then I'll repeat that save. So
That is the DC, so you're good. Juniper.
We're gonna move 5 feet. Yeah. And then another 5 feet.
yeah, and your speed's no longer halved from my spell, by the way.
But your speed is halved because of the slow.
So you
So
got
it's just
20 feet of
normal
movement.
halved.
Still 20 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've literally. Okay.
Truly, nothing has changed.
Hold on. Gonna move. Move here. And yeah, no, that's it. I'm not getting any closer.
Okay. Havoc, you're up.
Hey, here's a really, really interesting tab.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna walk over
Dash.
here.
Yeah, you see Wave in the corner, and you see these two large statues that used to be in the corner.
Oh, did the light turn those things on? Okay.
Bad things! Bad things!
Izukan, you're up.
Havoc will like pull out his great sword
Okay.
with a bonus action.
Izukana's gonna hope that showing no aggression towards these things
That's what I'm trying.
doesn't get them mad at me.
Okay. It's their turn if you aren't gonna do anything.
I'm gonna try and move, but like
Okay.
Izukana's like 5, 10, 15. His movement speed is half. He
Live
has
at
30
the
foot movement speed.
effect, like, did they come alive
Okay.
when Mage Splinter exploded into energy, or was
Yeah,
is this
it kind of like
counter-
this. Yeah, it kind of like dispelled some sort of shell around them.
Okay.
Thing that was keeping them asleep.
Then that's my turn.
Okay. The warriors are
Yeah.
gonna kind of look towards you two, and then move back towards Wave.
We'll say I used my action to be like, I'm not doing anything.
I'm not damaging the exhibit.
This one in front of Wave. That's gonna be a 12 to hit.
Hits.
This poor nerd.
One.
This nerd got tired of the bullying.
Not even that. Is sentient onion Not onion.
That'll be 17
Water.
bludgeoning.
17 bludgeoning. I am bloodied.
Okay. And Wave, you're up.
Cool. Let's see what to do here.
And Izukan and Juniper, repeat your whiz saves.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
And I'll just have you make one, because it's the same effect.
Yes.
Okay, Juniper, you break out of it.
Yes. The first high roll. The dice god give it, the dice god take it away.
Okay, I am
He
going
really
to.
do. He's a fickle thing.
I'm gonna vortex warp again. Get myself out of there.
Havoc?
Right back in here.
Okay.
And then, see, that was my action. Use my movement. It's fine. No, I will just stay there.
Okay. Juniper.
I'm running. I'm at full.
Yep, full movement now.
Okay. I'm running. After him.
Yeah, that's 45 base speed.
And then I'm gonna spend a key point to dash.
Yep.
As bonus. I can't see where I'm gonna put myself right here first. That was something. And he ran into this hallway. You ran into this hallway, right?
You saw him disappear down this way,
I
but you
mean,
don't
Havoc
exactly know where.
100% sees him.
Yeah.
Havoc has direct line of sight of like.
Do I have
What
enough?
do you do?
You do have enough movement to get to him, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
With
Havoc.
90 feet of movement. Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna try to disarm him
Okay.
and kick the mage splinter out of his hand.
Yeah, so I think Seth, remind me of the rules, but that's a contested athletics.
Yep. It's like a
Okay.
grapple check. Same thing.
So I make
There's still a
I make an
chance.
athletics check as well.
It's a check.
Yep.
Okay, where's my athletics?
Yes!
Wow! Holy crap!
The dice gods giveth, the dice gods taketh away.
That's
Wow.
so funny. That's
That is-
hilarious.
That is great. Yeah, you are able to disarm him of Mage Splinter.
Yeah.
And you recognize, you remember seeing that purple amulet around his neck? You can see through all the chaos it's now kind of dangling, but the light's dimmed out completely.
Yeah. Lord have mercy. I think that's all
For I won't.
do.
You can
Yes.
pick up the mage.
Oh, I'm gonna toss that bitch out the room.
Okay.
Towards Havoc.
As you toss it out of the room,
Probably not my best idea.
you watch as there is a faint spark back into the crystal.
Havoc. Can I just slap his face as a free action? Not any damage, just like a pat. Get a hold of yourself.
I'll say your free action was throwing it, unfortunately.
Okay, fair.
You can do that next turn, though.
Get a hold of yourself, Wave.
Havoc will walk over, grab the spear. What happened? What? What?
Wave bad, wave bad, wave bad!
No,
Why?
Wave fine. He's fine. He's just give him a
I
second.
was just looking at the giant freaking stone golems. What are they doing?
You
They're
see
kind
that
of
Izukan's kind of like
looking-
holding his arms out, like, I'm not doing anything, you're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything, you're not doing anything.
They're just kind of looking around, trying to figure out where the threat is.
Havoc is gonna tuck Mage Splinter into his coat, walk over, use his action to close that door.
I was about to say, Abby, can you close this door, please?
And then he just kind of stands in front of it.
Izukan.
Izukan's having a stare down with these golems. He's
You
like,
stare
I'm
him
not doing
down.
anything. You're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Yeah. Well, he'll move 15 feet right there, so
Yeah.
he's closer to the door.
Yeah, you watch
Right.
as this one kind of stares at you, stares back down the hall, and then this one you watch as it walks back into place, and you watch as the stone that kind of blasted out and fell to the ground, it kind of takes position back, and you watch as it all flies and re-encases itself. As this one, 5, 10, 15, 20, will also move back there, and it's re-encased. Wade, make a whiz save.
Okay.
Oh, I should do that as well. Nope. Izukan's still slowed.
Looks like
Juniper, you look up, and for a second you can see there's like a flicker. The white kind of behind his eyes kind of disappears for a moment. And then it's back. Wave, take another turn.
Okay.
Sure.
And you said this door up here is closed?
yeah, it's not closed.
Yes, this one up here is closed.
Yeah, but for sake of people on stream seeing what happens.
Yeah, okay, I got you, I got
Oh
you.
yeah, I should move a camera in this room.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Wave will look at Juniper. I always despise the way you people treat camaraderie as strength. You all are nothing but weak. And make another con save. Or strength save, my bad. Strength save.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wait.
strength.
That one either way. That one either way.
Oh my gosh!
So
Wow.
apparently it's Juniper who dies
How?
Juniper, you hear this and you feel the crushing weight of everything around you as you feel yourself crushed into the ground.
I'm down.
You are downed, yeah.
Wave will like a tear falls out of Wave's eye. You're so pathetic, and he wipes it.
Bitch.
Havoc, you're up.
As Havoc's free action, because Havoc's starting to put together the situation, he is going to untuck Mage Splinter, and because he's about to be going into this room, he doesn't want it on him, so he is just going to lightly chuck it like into this space where Izukan can see it.
Okay.
Not knowing Izukan's slowed, so I don't think he's seen Izukan.
No, he saw Izukan. He
Yeah.
saw Izukan in the center of the room next to two golems, like, oh, shit, oh, shit, ah. It wasn't stated there. It was more like he was in a stance of like, I don't do anything. You don't do anything. Mutual agreement.
And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Moves right here. Since Mage Splinter ain't in this room, Havoc's just gonna look over Wave's shoulder. Kind of taps him on the back. Hey, excuse me, sir. Sir? I don't know who you are, but I'm going to really hurt you. But first, he'll use Healing Word to pick up Juniper. So let me expend that spell slot. And then
Thanks.
shabam. Or not shabam. Go through?
Shabam?
No?
Question mark? Shabam?
Real
Bingo.
big question mark.
Shab-
Me just type in
Shabam?
/roll 1d4 plus 5? You think that's what's gonna happen?
I can't wait for you to type that out, and then it goes through.
Yeah, and then it goes through.
Um,
That's a good 7 HP.
You watch as you cast this spell, and as it travels past Wave, you watch and see almost like a glimmer of that arcane energy almost kind of captured back into that amulet, and it glows a little fainter, or like a little darker of a purple. Like it's trying to reabsorb magic, but it was all dispelled.
Oh, neat. Okay, I'm gonna hit him with my greatsword now.
Okay.
And since Juniper's awake. Hey, Wave, that's a 22.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Wave will silvery barbs.
Oh.
Okay.
You were
so
always the
that'll be-
dumbest.
So that'll be a normal. So that's a 10.
Wow, it'll still
Ooh, it
hit.
just hits.
Still hits. So that's gonna be 10 slashing, 2 fire.
Very bloodied.
ouch. Ouchies.
As Havoc just like truly just like from like a low stance just slashes up Wave's entire body.
Yeah, and you watch as the blood streaks, it hits onto the ceiling. And for a second you think he's about to go down. But you can see there's still a flicker behind
That's
the
why
eye.
I wasn't casting. I forgot when you cast spells in this game, it brings
You have
up
to
the
select the
what
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Izukan.
There we go. It's still 7.
Still 7.
5, 10,
Bruh.
15. Slowly backing up.
You see there's Mage Splinter on the ground.
Oh, hi. Reaches down, picks it up,
Oh, there.
puts
just been-
it back in his
he's been
quiver.
Cooled so much. He's a lizard. He's got to warm back up.
Make another whiz save.
That's my turn, and
Oh
nope.
my gosh.
What?
Wave, you're up.
Oh.
Do I make a whiz save?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, golden.
And you
What
watch,
is
even though it's flickering,
happening?
and you can see for a split second, you can see Wave there, and he has like this panicked look on his face before it returns.
Oh, please no! I have 7 health, so
Please, sir.
please so no.
Again.
Well, fine. If I can't have them, no one gets them. And Wave does center magnify gravity on himself. So all 3 of us need to make strength saves.
Oh God!
I'm gonna be taking max damage from
This
that.
is really starting to sound like a toxic X. Wave's toxic X
Yeah,
that we never knew
Of course I
about.
make the strength save.
No.
All right,
Okay.
well, Wave falls unconscious anyways because of that 1 hit point.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing, because I could see his hit points, and I'm like, no freaking way. Yeah, so you guys take 20 force damage as you were crushed, and you watch as Wave just collapses into the ground, as well as Juniper.
Nice.
Juniper, make a death save. That's 1 failure. Havoc.
That's fine. He's gonna healing word Juniper first.
Thanks.
Just like just in case. Make sure he saw some spell energy go through, so he's like, let's see if I can get a little bit more absorbed as I do this first. But I ain't taking any chances.
Izukan,
What's up?
you're up. You hear like a loud, just like stone breaking in the other room.
5, 10,
You can
15.
dash.
Get to the door. Izukan doesn't want to make a lot of sudden movement
That's
because
fair.
those things just wreak haste, but he doesn't know why they woke up in the first
I
place.
imagine
Yeah.
Izukan's,
So he doesn't want to
rolling
do
on the ground
anything.
Like he's an alligator
Oh my god.
with full belly dragging.
Sleepy.
Oh my
He
God.
opens the door.
We see a wave unconscious Juniper like slowly picking herself up. Wave, death save. I still want you to roll that 20. That'd be so funny.
Just magnify gravity again.
Hey, same as me.
Yay!
Juniper.
Means he doesn't get up again.
Yes, I'm gonna pick him up.
Okay. He's bleeding out.
Yeah. I can't, I
You
can't.
can make a medicine check.
I make a medicine, yeah, to like,
Yeah.
to, put,
Stabilize.
DC. Okay. Yeah, that'll. I think
save
that's
my friend.
Untrained medicine is one success.
one
Unless
success.
Unless
Okay.
you have the healer skin.
Okay, so that's one
Uh,
success.
No.
So Wave is at one success, one failure. And also make a whiz save for me, Wave. From your turn.
Okay.
Only dies on a nat 1.
Alright. Here's what I'm gonna pop off the whiz save.
Okay. You watch as, even though Wave was unconscious, his eyes were still open, and as he kind of sits there and Juniper's over him, he watches that white flickers away.
Buddy.
Havoc.
I still got one spell slot left. So what Havoc is going to do is he's going to grab the purple medallion. Basically, he just lights his hand on fire, grabs the purple medallion, and his healing word is like slapping Wave's face while holding it and saying,
Yeah.
"Wake up, stupid!" And just like, I think he's intentionally putting a lot of his magical fire into this medallion.
Okay.
And the slap
And-
is just the wake up.
Yeah, so I'll say Wave, you heal only 1 hit point. As the rest of the magic kind of goes into the medallion, and as it kind of comes to life, you watch as the his hair's still mostly white, but just like the very tips of it, you can see return to orange.
Please hold. Izukan actually made it last turn.
No, you didn't.
He didn't. No.
It's 17. I'm sorry. You're slowed. You're slowed for like a minute, and then it fades. But it's been like 30 seconds. So
Truly.
That's so
Wait.
sad.
Before we leave the combat screen, can you make like 4 or 5 more whiz saves?
see how long you have to in character
Uh-huh.
slow.
Okay.
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 Oh
Okay.
my goodness! It was never
Okay.
coming.
It was never.
It was
coming.
never
Bruh.
It was,
God,
it
dude.
was never coming.
Yeah, I need you in character to like slow down your voice for the next like minute of conversation.
That is crazy.
Truly, just the entire time.
What is going on with Roll 20 today that hates us?
I mean, 15 isn't even a bad roll.
It is.
16 is not
a
it's
bad
really
roll.
high.
Every other roll on that was a single digit.
I will say I think this might actually be a good place for us to take a 15-minute break, and then come
I
back
agree.
for the post combat.
I agree as well because wow, just wow. I don't know how
All
And
right.
we're back.
So, you guys sit in a room that used to be like a reading chamber. Now, actually, I think with this, there was a glass case. It doesn't seem to have been damaged by your magics, but the carpet that was on the ground that was already kind of pulling apart is just destroyed. Uh, some of the stone on the ground is a bit broken as you were forcibly shoved down into it. Your microfractures and breaks were healed by Havoc's healing words. But yeah, Wave, you kind of
Bones
pick
hurt.
yourself back up a bit daisy and exhausted, covered in blood.
So this is a reading room. Are there comfy chairs in here?
No.
There were.
Oh,
The stones.
Yeah, they've been flattened.
What happened? Why
You
is
don't-
everyone hurt?
You attacked us.
it was the
Havoc's
splinter.
still holding on to the amulet around your neck.
Mhm.
Okay.
I did this?
He just kind of
Yes.
shakes you a little bit.
Yes.
The hell is this?
It's my
Protect.
mom gave it to me. It's a pendant.
I think Havoc kind of like uses like thaumaturgy or something to like do a little tiny like light a match on his finger and like just holds it near. I don't know how like consumptive of magical energy it is, if it would like kind of start looking at the flames or not.
It does, yeah.
Why is it your amulet's trying to suck my flames?
I could identify it. I don't know.
Your
I
mom
don't know
gave
what's
this to you
happening.
and you never identified.
You should do that.
You're a wizard, man.
He's
Your
gone
mom
still
gave
slowed.
I guess you would never.
Uh, Way will expend a spell slot, first level spell slot, to just instantly identify it. Or I think it's like a minute or something like that.
Yeah, you can sense that there is a sort of abjuration magic at works here, um, which is uh, similar to I guess it would be similar to a magic item um, that is, I think it's the Ring of Shielding or something. Um, let
The one
me
that makes you not have people read your mind or mind
Yes,
shielding.
but then also on top of it, um, there's the added benefit of that spell is like when you die and you're attuned to it, you can have your soul go into it,
Yeah.
and you can communicate with the next person who wears it. Um, it would be similar to that, although it's like think of it as the opposite. It's trying to prevent that from happening, um, and it actually, as a result of that, it opens your mind up to other. It basically opens up your it's not even focused on your mind, it's more so your soul. Um, yeah, allows you to be more in tune with everything around you. And kind of
Wave
reach out and connect with
explains
people.
that.
And what do you know, Juniper?
About
This. Before it happened, you seemed like you knew something was happening.
just I put together the paintings were all like that, and then Mage Splitter just took him.
Havoc is like he's still holding on to
Her.
the amulet. His eyes
He
are
said
like
her.
squinting and is like
And
way too close to Wave.
there's only one person that I know And her name is her name is
Do you need me to give you the name? Because I think
yes. I know it. I've literally been searching this entire time for,
Dione.
for her. Dione. It was Queen Dione who led the three queens in the Dark Ages. She and her sisters were awful to this world. And if that's who Mage Splinter is referencing, I'm real scared. I'm worried.
Are you sure that's who Mage Splinter was referencing?
Wait, were you a ghost?
Was it even Mage Splinter that was talking?
I mean, I'm not sure. That's just what my best guess is. It's a weird coincidence. The fact that we're getting close to whatever's under Frodoelangelo's tomb. Sorry, Wave, go ahead.
No, it's just I'm confused. What happened these past minutes? We were shining lights on the paintings, and now I'm here?
You turned on us for a second, and I think it's something to do with Splinter dispelling that amulet on your neck.
I think Wave's a ghost.
Oh,
So,
his hair's
I
white.
see.
Do you think old
Yeah.
people are ghosts?
Yeah, like ghosts.
My hair's not white. It's like a nice caramel blonde.
Buddy.
Pluck one out of your head.
Yeah, where's the closest mirror that we used to
I mean, it's just out in the hall, but like, yeah, plucking a hair also does the trick where you can see it's like starch white and then just a little bit at the edge.
Okay. I guess I've
is-
been stressed lately, but I didn't think this happened until you got older.
Let's go with the amulet. Wave's definitely a ghost.
I don't think so.
Can I see Mage Splinter for a second? Like an hour?
Yeah.
That's a very specific amount of time to request, but I suppose you may.
Thanks. I'm gonna go sit down in the corner.
Would you actually mind going and sitting by the statues?
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
He sits on top of the coffin.
Just a little babysitter's just in case.
How does Havoc attune? What does Havoc attuning look like?
So when Havoc, because it's not just for brevity's sake, it's 2 and 1. I'm also gonna do the other attune, Havoc's like special thing. Because Havoc wants to Havoc heard that it might be Mage Splinter that did this. He thinks Wave is a ghost, truly, and he wants to see what Mage Splinter thinks, because he knows Mage Splinter talks.
Yeah.
And Havoc's an experienced enough adventurer to know special weapons can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah. You focus on attuning to this.
When he attunes to it, it very much just looks like there's a little... You don't know where he got the candles, but he is surrounded by candles that are slowly lighting, almost like a timer around him.
Okay, that's fine.
And you see very slowly Mage Splinter is heating up. Like iron being brought to red hot temperatures.
Yeah.
Before once it finally attunes, you see it instantly quenches.
Yeah, and as it does, it's you hear, as soon as you finish the attuning, you just hear, oh,
oh, did that hurt?
Yeah.
Hey, it shouldn't hurt anymore.
Oh, okay.
And Havoc holds up a fire to him, and a little bit of his soul connection, because that allows him for his clothes to not burn and stuff.
Yeah.
kind of rubs off as he like holds up his fire turret. See, you're okay.
Okay. Ugh, that wasn't pleasant. How are you? Name's Mage Splinter.
Mage Splinter.
Yeah.
Havoc.
Pleasure, Havoc.
You have a really cool voice.
Hey, so do you. You got a great one.
Thanks.
Say, what's going on with that weird guy?
Hey, I was gonna ask you about that. Totally.
You were gonna
weird
ask
guy.
me?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you. He's got like 2 voices in his head. He's weird
Two
as heck.
voices.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like,
I guess he's not a ghost.
Usually, okay. Here's what I'll say. So usually you attune, right? And it's like a spiritual connection. Your soul intertwining with a great magical artifact like myself, Mage Splinter.
Magey.
Magey?
Yeah. I like giving people nicknames.
I don't know if I like Magey though.
We'll workshop it.
It sounds like mangy, like like a mutt.
How about
I don't think I like that.
Splinter.
MS?
MS.
That's a disease.
I was thinking because like I paint the fields with.
I feel like some
MS paint.
abbreviations don't work. Like CJ, like that works, but like MS doesn't.
MS is a disease.
Yeah, pretty nasty.
Mage Splinter is smarter than that.
100%. Most
You think
things are
Havoc's got
smarter
brain
than
cells,
Havoc.
bro?
No, it's so funny.
Right.
Yeah, your
I
friend
can't wait.
is whack. Let me tell you. Yeah, I think maybe the whole violence got to him a little too much. I didn't mean like take it out on your friends.
Wait, you said there was like 2 voices in his head? Like, like crazy, or like...
No, not voices. No. How do I word it? Attuning to something. It's a spiritual connection. It's your soul reaching out and connecting.
Yeah.
That is the first time I've ever been attuned to 2 people at once.
How's that? What? Huh? Havoc is loudly confused. I don't get that.
I don't know. He's weird. I guess he's got like 2 souls or something.
A flame light bulb above his head. Wait, it's not the ghost. There's the ghost in him.
I mean, I guess that's one way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just haunted.
Yeah. He's got 2 peas in his pod.
Peas normally have several pods. He just stops for a second.
Like how you 2 had the exact same reaction of just like
I can't.
And then you we're all in the same room. We're hearing this, and you see he's kind of go, "That's our snow shoveler."
Anyway, I'm gonna put you inside my soul now.
Okay, cool.
And he just crushes it, and it disappears.
And you hear like a muffled voice, like kind of like it's inside you. It's just like, it's really hot in here.
Oh yeah, it's just a dimension of fire.
Okay. Shit.
Just imagine just a spear in like a true MS Paint fire background just tumbling.
Yeah.
Just...
I feel like it's one of those edits where they take out a certain just moment of a character, and it's just dun, 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 just slipping.
Yeah.
It's just fire behind him instead of different galaxies. It's just
That's
fire.
Yeah, but that's what Havoc's doing for an hour or so.
Okay.
So, what are we doing for that hour?
Yeah, that's a great question. You guys are in the room with Wave.
You two should be short resting. That's what you two should be doing.
I mean, Wave is just kind of like curled up in a ball, like head in his knees, just kind of like sitting there, like a roly poly.
Come into the room and you just see Izukan rolling Wave across the floor, just back and forth.
Yeah, I guess you guys take a short rest while Havoc is attuning. Havoc, you finish attuning and you come back into the room with everyone else.
I'm gonna expend my hit. You can expend hit die on a short rest, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Everyone.
That is exactly why we're doing it.
Everyone.
Cool. Bruh.
Wow.
Basically almost there.
And then I have one more.
Please.
What is it with these maxes and minuses? Holy crap.
Let's see. So that's 24. And I almost forgot.
Because
That was a really good, a really good hit dice roll.
oh my god, I thought I rolled a 3 and a 2. I was like,
Oh no, that three was
Nope.
me.
the 3 was yours.
Okay. Yeah, Havoc, you returned.
Bust open the door. Guys! Wave isn't a ghost. He's just haunted.
What?
You watch Wave look at you, face pale, looks like a ghost, just bags under his eyes, like
Buddy! You're not a ghost. You're a person.
I know Havoc.
It's okay. It'll take time to understand. You see Havoc kind of like puts his palms together, spreads them out, and like mage pointage from fire.
Okay, I'm back.
MS says you
Don't
have 2
call me
souls
that.
inside of you.
Yeah, I
Hey,
did
no
say
one
that.
else can hear you.
Don't call me that.
I know, but I don't want you calling me MS. I said I don't like it.
Okay, you have a
You
good
can't really
nickname.
do anything about it.
Pat does
MS?
speak out loud when talking
Yes.
to magical items.
I don't know. Maybe call me
Kyle,
Magic Man.
Kevin,
Kevin.
George.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go Kevin.
Kevin,
Yeah. Killer Kevin.
just Kevin.
Killer Kai.
Hey.
Hey.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
Wait a
wait
minute.
second. Alright.
Character.
So Kevin says that you have 2 souls inside of you.
Is this
Like-
true?
Are you super haunted?
It's the first time I've heard of it. It's a lot to take in.
Well, I think that's safe to say Kevin did not cause the problem. Oh, well, he definitely did.
I
He
mean,
definitely
I like causing problems, but I didn't cause this one.
just
I mean,
muffled inside
I
his
did.
chest.
I did. I kind of dispelled it. Shit. As he's kind of put back there.
Like to imagine when Kevin is inside Havoc's chest, everyone else faintly hears like a sound of like
I think so. Yeah. I know. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Did he say how I can get rid of it?
I don't know. Just
I see.
I assume that amulet's keeping it in pay. Right?
Havoc, make a history check for me.
Sure. Gotta
With
be bad.
advantage.
Advantage.
No, you're gonna roll nat 20 and get an 18.
Let's hope.
Hey, that's a 14. Really
That's pretty
good.
close.
I'm gonna message you.
I need to pull up Discord. Okay. Oh. You're a special type of haunted, aren't you?
Special?
Well, like,
Wave looks at you and blinks.
Havoc gets real close to you, Wave. Kind of tilts his head around, flicks your ear.
Yeah, you notice the white hair.
Guess it's a human lineage. He's just a Callister. Duh. Come on. It's obvious.
I don't think I've ever met one.
Do I even
It's
know
a
what a
Callister.
Callister is? Like, have I?
Havoc says this like you all should know this, even though you probably don't.
I'll say because I only asked Havoc to make it because I think he's the only one who would know what they are.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just looking at you like deadpan. Blinks maybe once or twice.
Is the elf thing. So you know like how elves are immortal? But like sometimes they're not.
Yes.
So like the ones who aren't, when they die, either instead of not existing anymore, right? And just entering the cold void of unexistence. They instead inhabit like half elves and humans and turn them into Callister. It's like super haunted, but you know, it can be cool. Wave.
Yeah.
Try to talk telepathically. It's a thing you guys can do. And Havoc is like opening his eyes, looking at you, expecting a message.
And Izukan, you like this kind of makes sense because you're like you hear this, you should be able to speak telepathically, and you're like, you know what? That's what that was, like in the bar.
Have it.
You
Wave
see like
doesn't-
it literally like click, and you see Izukan go, oh!
What?
That's why you're able to do that.
Yeah,
Has a
have
new
it.
ability unlocked. Fuck.
You hear in your head, Wave think, I don't know if I want to use this guy's power, but he doesn't say that.
Havoc crosses his arms with the most amount of smugness, like, yeah, super smart.
I knew it. No one else knew.
Oh, you college kids. You need to do the real learning. Something that Havoc learned when he was a child.
His mother.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess it just seems like the elf that's in you is kind of an asshole. I mean, he did try to liquefy your bones.
Yeah.
I didn't see that part, but yeah.
It was bad.
I mean, he actually liquefied junipers.
Yeah, mine were a paste.
Oh, it was gross.
Multiple
I'm
times.
sorry.
It's okay. I know it wasn't you. You'd never do something like that.
The heat reconstitutes them, brings them, solid.
Mm-hmm.
That's how bones work.
Yeah.
Don't just.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
Unless, Wave, you never get to hold Kevin again. Ever.
That's all right.
Yeah, I
Ever.
think that. Don't let that staff get to your head. That was crazy.
Then he looks at the other two, Juniper and Izukan. Unless you two want to use it, I can just kind of keep it inside of my chest for a while until we figure out what to do with it.
By all means, I have a distaste for that thing, and I have since the beginning.
I mean, he seems kind of cool. Just a muffled.
Yeah, I am.
Like a man talking 2 rooms over to you.
Yeah.
At a normal tone, though.
Yeah.
So, uh, what do we do?
I think
What are we doing?
Well, is everyone's bones unliquefied?
I feel
My bones never got liquefied?
Nice. Havoc kind of grabs waves in Juniper's arms, shakes them around a little bit. Seems solid enough.
ow,
Ow.
still sore. Thank you very much.
I was gonna suggest you were shining the stuff at the paintings.
Yes.
Does,
Let me tell you what happened. So,
Mhm.
okay, Havoc. I think the Asgran is imprisoned here,
Right there?
underneath Frodoelangelo's tomb. She points over to the tomb. She goes, I don't know if I'm correct or maybe if it's like a clue in us finding, or somebody else finding where he is. But stuff did happen. And I think the paintings are still like changed. Like
Yeah.
the fallen is like that weird half and half
Yeah.
between the three states.
Hmm.
Havoc just wants to check one thing. Does the mirror on the roof, does it point downwards at all?
Towards what?
Just straight. I'm assuming it's like right above the sarcophagus.
It's basically like a gemstone that you can turn, and depending on how it turns, it's reflecting the light in different ways.
Okay.
Is there a way to reflect that back onto
Straight,
the
yeah. I think
Yeah.
Havoc wants to see if he could reflect light straight down with it.
Straight down. I think it was currently on the red,
Yeah,
Yes.
if I recall correctly.
that was the last thing it was switched to.
Mhm.
Yeah. As you kind of point down, you can actually see it almost kind of reveals like right down into the chest of Frodoelangelo. What almost like this X-ray vision-esque kind of look. What looks to be like a empty key-shaped socket that sits in the center of this.
Oh,
Right, okay.
interesting. Juniper
So-
will go into the other room to like,
Try the other two.
yeah, move the lights around.
Yeah, you put it to blue, which is present. And you guys watch as a shape of a key forms.
So
Oh, well, we need all three. What? So what happened?
Is a key on it now?
Oh, okay. She turns on the light of Alfheim for all of them.
It kind of becomes this blend where it seems like hazy, like it's kind of there, it's kind of not.
Try just the past for a sec.
Yes.
Nothing there.
Present.
Present.
And you can see it shows up again.
What happens if
Not
you
just
like?
the present and the future. Just red and red and blue.
Okay. Red and blue.
You try just the present and the future, and you see something interesting. For the first time, you haven't seen these things move. But in this, as you kind of look down, as it kind of, you see like an X-ray thing of this, you can almost see what looks to be a hand reach out and grab it. And Havoc, as you're in this room looking at it, you recognize the hand. And it actually appears to be Juniper's.
How are you in there?
In where?
In the sarcophagus. Juniper, what are you doing? Get out of there.
I'm not in any sarcophagus. I'm in this other room.
Juniper, we don't know how to open it up yet. Get out of there.
I'm gonna go look at the room that Havoc's in.
Yeah. Yeah, you look and I mean, it's kind of disappeared. You can see the keys missing now.
Juniper, did you take the key?
I don't know what you're talking about. Now.
Juniper, move your hand to the right.
She moves it.
Does it move to the right?
No.
The image? No.
No.
She starts.
Juniper, come in here.
Check your
Stop
pockets.
touching shit.
What
When
is
Havoc sees Juniper, it's the most like look of like, how are you here?
I ran in from the other room. You were just in there.
Can you reach your hands to fit the image we're seeing?
Well, I can try.
Yeah, you are gonna have to like turn it away and then turn it back in order for it to like replay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're kind of looking down.
Izukon will go and do that so that
Yeah.
Juniper can see what was happening.
Yeah, and you see it kind of take place. And it definitely does look like your hand reaching out and grabbing the key. When the present and the future plays.
Cube. I'm going to try to replicate the motion.
Okay. You grab it. It's nothing. Yeah.
Oh, my, wait a second. I have that thing that dispels that artifact.
It dispels illusions, yeah.
Will it work here? Can I, if I pull it out? I feel like it would be a specific.
You pull it out. Make an intelligence check.
Please. 8.
Juniper shuts the dungeon off. We all explode. New characters.
Everybody dies.
Since you didn't get quite enough oomph behind it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Can I?
You can try again. It has 3 charges.
All right. I'm gonna. Hold on. Ten.
Better.
You can sense like it's flickering.
Can I?
Can I aid Juniper in using this?
Dice on me.
Yeah. It's a magic item. It's like casting dispel magic. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
not.
Well, I'm just wondering if anything like of me having identified or detect magic, the sarcophagus will understanding the lock in quotation marks better will help us, use the magical pick better.
I'll allow it. Sure.
Cool.
So 19.
19. As it's playing for the 3rd time, you watch as the illusion dispels, and you can see for the moment in time in which that entire thing is playing, you can look and see as the bit of stone that was there is completely gone, and you can reach down into it, and then it moves back.
Oh, so it's only playing when the
So it's only playing when you put the light onto it for that second. And then also it seems to also be like creating a hole in the stone, like the stone's like a chunk of it's being removed right from the center.
And then it like
Wave will adjust Juniper's density to like help make her faster so she can really like reach in there and do it before it
Okay.
slams.
Yuzukon, as you keep moving it back and forth, you see this time the illusion has been dispelled for the next 5 minutes. So now all you see is just a gap in the stone where it's open for just a split second.
Havoc runs back as this is happening, activates like thaumaturgy, and is like, I'm gonna change it to red once you get the key!
Actually, I have a spell. I might be able to just stop its motion. I touch an object that weighs no more than 10 pounds, it becomes fixed in place. Do the slabs look like they weigh more or less than 10
It's
pounds?
not slabs that are moving. It's like there is a chunk of stone that's being conjured and then removed.
Yeah.
It's like disappearing
It's
out
being...
of reality.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just being put back and forth.
So it'd be similar to like your wrist pocket spell.
Yeah.
Juniper, you got this!
What?
Izukon will kind of, instead of like how he's usually been doing it, with click, click, he'll click. Do it a little bit slower to see if it gives her even like just a fraction of a second longer.
What do I need to roll?
You need to roll a how about you give me a check and I'll see if you can use it or not. I'm thinking sleight of hand. I think
How
makes the most sense.
Acrobatics. If I do a backflip before I put my hand
Backflip
in.
over the coffin and grab it.
Or I do it while I'm doing a handstand on the coffin.
Okay, I'm
That
thinking
just
I
makes
will
the check
allow.
harder.
I will allow. I'm going to increase out.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I can do sleight of hand. That's fine.
Okay.
You got this.
Would Mage Hand help?
No, we don't need help. Nobody needs it. Dice
Not
gods?
necessarily. Roll 21.
Have not
As you're
forsaken
kind
us.
of hyping yourself up for your hand to not get crushed, and you guys all kind of look as it slams shut, and you see Juniper with this ancient-looking embroidered key in her hand. It's a beautiful gold. It has a very intricate like head to the lock, all sorts of bits and pieces to it. There's a yellow crystalline stone at the head of the key, and you can see what look to be veins kind of flowing throughout it, which look to be almost like these golden veins that stretch through it.
She
Did you do
takes a deep breath. Yes, and I've got all my fingers still.
Smacks
You
the
ready?
bowman out of the way. So
For
it
the
turns to
keyhole.
just red.
Yeah,
Just a
as
future.
it turns to just red, which is future, it just sits empty. Juniper, as you look at this thing, you recognize that towards the head of that crystal, you can see what look to be symbols of 9 different realms, or I guess 8 different realms drawn across it, all kind of pointing in towards the crystal in the center.
Hmm.
And as you look at the symbols of the realms, make a religion check. You recognize that every realm is listed except Midgard, or Van-Earth, as it's more commonly called nowadays.
Missing. I mean, Vanet's missing. What a weird exception. Havoc's in the room, right?
Yeah, it's running back
Is
to
Izukon
us.
coming as well?
Yeah, they head back to the room.
He's gonna hand the key to Izukon and just like, there's something missing. And I'm not sure why. It's missing Vanner that has all the realms except that.
The only thing going through Havoc's head. Duh, because we're in Van Earth.
Does he say that out loud? Because she's just thinking like scholarly.
After a half a second, Havoc goes like, "I should say that out loud." Huh, Kevin? Should I?
I think it'd be funny.
Okay. Duh, because we're in Van Earth.
Oh, Havoc, you're right. Wow, that's silly of me. Oh.
Izukan kind of jokingly just puts it into an imaginary door and turns it like it's a key to an imaginary door.
An imaginary key to an imaginary door.
Cool.
Izukan, there's a hole in the chest. I saw the lines where the key goes. Havoc looks so excited to be adventuring.
Izukan will walk over to it. Click. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Turn.
in that slot in the future where it's just an empty key port, you place it in. And this time the stone's not shifting back and forth like it was before. As you place it back in, you watch as this entire sarcophagus springs to life. You see oh nope, sorry.
Bathtub. Oh. Those are two very different feelings you're trying to represent.
No. I'm sorry.
What?
I got very worried.
You watch and see as all the levers and buttons begin to as the entire sarcophagus seems to open up. And you look inside and there is no sign of Frodoelangelo. Instead,
Expected.
what you see is where this key has been placed, where there's this yellow gemstone. You look and there are slots for 8 different gemstones to be placed in, smaller ones. And you look and see that carved out into the stone here, which looks to be a massive tree with branches kind of branching out to where these stones touch, all funneling in towards this key.
Havoc has 2 thoughts right now. One, I want to go smash the cases with the crowns and see if those gems fit. 2, the more logical one, I guess we have to go to every realm in existence. Which is not as logical as what Seth thinks the real answer is.
Well, and Havoc, you think about, we have to go to every realm in existence, but then you remember, realm travel hasn't been possible for years.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Bifrost Gate has been lost to time.
Mm-hmm.
And make a history check.
Yeah. Not an advantage, thank you. 2.
Yeah, and Juniper, Wave, make history checks. Izukan, unfortunately, wouldn't have any way of knowing this knowledge. Juniper, you know that same information of, this looks like the Tree of Yggdrasil, traveling through the realms. Maybe these different slots represent different realms. And you kind of come to that same idea of maybe we have to collect the different, go to the realms to collect the crystals, but you remember, like, realm travel hasn't been possible for mortals for years, as the Bifrost Gate has been closed off, and even if you did find it, the key to unlock it has been lost for centuries. And then you're like, oh.
We've got a key. I think Juniper starts hyperventilating. She starts going, we're gonna, they're gonna talk about us for, our names are gonna be in the history books for millennia. We found the key to realm travel again. Do you guys understand? She's like looking around
Havoc
like
has the most blank expression on his face before going, oh! There's the trees are the aha.
if this is the portal for us to shimmy around the realms. Wonder.
So do we need like a rock from each one of them? Like a special one or something?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Can we take the key out of this contraption?
Yeah.
Yeah. Izukan turns it back, takes it out.
He watches everything kind of falls back into place, yeah.
Okay.
Do I? Okay, wait. So, can I make a history check to remember if are any artifacts in the university's museum that are like from different realms?
Not really, honestly.
No.
So what you know about realm travel, and this is something that the three from this area would know, unfortunately Izukan wouldn't. There are very few creatures that know how to realm travel. There are the occasional, like, artifacts that have been found that have pieces of the Bifrost in them, but they're so incredibly rare to find, and it can typically only take one or two people. What was great about the Bifrost Gate is that it allowed entire civilizations to travel at once. The last time it was actually used by Oraku and Lucifer to try to lead armies from Vanerth, not only into the heavens to try to fight the creator himself. That is what Lucifer tried to do. But Oraku led the orcs straight into Alfheim to try to destroy the elves. That is the last time this key is ever, the Bifrost Gate was ever used.
No any elves, do we?
I don't think so.
But you would also know, like, Bifrost is like supposed to be like this Technicolor, glowing kind of crystalline thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like a great light, but it's condensed into like this crystal form.
Yes. But Izukan seems to be hesitating. This is weird for Izukan. What you guys have seen of Izukan is very straight
Straight what?
get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Straightforward and like get it done type person, right? But you bringing up, does anybody know any elves? You're seeing him hesitate.
Izukan?
Yeah.
You do?
I think Havoc takes a second and then seems all the way too excited to make it about how Izukan maybe knows an elf. Of like, oh, I get not a good relationship or something like that.
I was gonna, like, with that deception, not even gonna notice that you were lying.
And with
about her.
Izukan
And with
being like,
Izukan being like,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah.
It's like, she's not even. She's like, oh yeah, Havoc's just this tiefling.
we. I left without saying anything.
Oh, so you're not on good terms now.
I don't know what our terms are.
Hmm.
But they might be able to help. Not the person that I'm thinking of, but their father, maybe.
Interesting. And just to make sure that I'm on like the correct wavelength, the places where like all of the realms were, it looked like there were legitimate like slots
Mm-hmm.
that like a physical
And
object could go into.
As you looked at it, it almost looked like Havoc. I guess Havoc would recognize this. It almost looked like a cast for a forge,
Oh,
where like, you put the items in, you melt it, and then it funnels down into the shape of the thing it's supposed to. But instead, it's all funneling down into that key.
mm-hmm. I think we just need a piece of each realm.
So it doesn't have to be something specific.
Maybe it might be because like if they were like gem-shaped slots, I'm assuming like
They're just kind of like, I guess more like diamond-shaped slots.
Okay.
Like, yeah,
I mean,
like a rhombus.
okay. I think they might be. It's probably got to be like something powerful. So I'm assuming it's supposed to go in there, right? But
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we just try some strong artifacts from every realm.
We could.
But and you see Havoc starts like closing all of the mirrors and stuff, like putting the disco ball up.
Yeah. We should like I don't know where to keep the key.
Havoc just kind of holds out his hand.
Could we? No.
I can hold on to it.
I think
a
Juniper,
little bit of jewel
Juniper
comes out the side of his
has
mouth.
the key. She closes Havoc's hand like this. You don't need to hold anything. That's okay. You can put your hand away. Can I? Is the art curating golem still here?
It is. It went back towards the front, but you can seek it out.
Can I? Yes, I'm gonna talk to it and be like, "This is a very important key that your master, I believe, wanted to be kept hidden and safe. Could you
As it kind of looks at you, you guys all watch as this thing kind of stares, and there's like a flicker in its eyes, as the kind of light kind of coming up from behind its joints turn from like a lightish blue, like a silvery blue, into like a yellow. As it just kind of mumbles, "New protocol achieved." What is it you
Cheese?
seek?
What is the use of this key?
There are several uses for that key. One is for realm travel. But two, and more importantly, to keep Asgrand hidden away.
Knew it.
Frodoelangelo Stone Painter. Her mission. A project she worked on in her later life. She was the genius who built the prisons for each and every fallen angel. Their locations have been scattered across the realms. Many seek that key.
Is
Yeah,
there a secure place?
With us finding the key.
It is no longer safe. If you found it, others will soon.
We found it first.
And it was meant for you. It was meant for you.
How do you know that? Well, I mean, my hand.
I mean, didn't they say Frodoelangelo was like a seer or something? I mean, you said that several times. And he points at the robot.
Yes and no. Yes. Different program in me said that, yes.
Yeah.
Frodoelangelo
What
saw many
do-
things. She saw this future. She saw the split of the two worlds.
She wanted to make sure that we'd be able to fix it.
She must be careful.
Why did we find the key? Why us? What are
Well,
we supposed to do with this key?
He's already told you. She's given you warnings, prophecies. Now it is up to you to carry forth.
I think I get it. Juniper, if you want realm travel, we need to travel to all of these vaults, beat up these angels,
Yep.
get probably a key that's inside that vault, and that'll get us access to a new realm that we can then go to beat up that angel, and then adventure. Havoc looks way too excited.
At the realization that it's gonna take a journey, a hero's journey, she's like sharing the same excitement that Havoc is in, and I feel like they're just gonna like jump around together, like adventure, adventure, adventure.
But be careful. For Wave, you must watch the void. Juniper, you must be wary of that crypt. Havoc, you must be wary of he or she who holds those strings. And Izukan, you must determine if you are predator or prey.
Juniper, I think you got your senior project.
See?
And
This entire time, Izukan's just been rubbing the key, just like in between his fingers and just staring, and then he kind of
I think
just
we should rotate
repeats,
holds it on a daily basis, just to make sure.
kind of, just hear him kind of mumble. She was made for this. In its heart lies a prison. The Dark One rests still.
No, okay. I know I'm me, but, and you see he pulls out of nothing, Mage Splinter, and it almost looks like he grabs, like, a fiery cord out of nothing, and, like, rips it off. Sorry, Kevin, I need room. And just
totally
like
fine.
The attunement is already ripped out of him.
Oh, okay.
As he just just like the visual representation of it happening.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of hold it to just in the direction of Juniper and Izakon, like, why don't you grab this? Izakon, I know I'm me, and we can do Juniper's idea of different people holding it every single day, but I am just gonna make sure, even if it does get pickpocketed off of someone.
Is Izakon let go of it?
Yeah.
And for brevity's sake, the key just kind of like, and I think this one, it almost looks like he crushes it, like, because I feel like sometimes, especially with like the ice orb, the act of Havoc doing that specific version of attunement, is almost like, can only make a reference to Full Metal Alchemist, of destroying, reorganizing, recreating. But then it like reappears in a puff of flame. Okay. Now, he'll hand it back to you, Izakon. Let's say you stole that off of me. Eat it.
Yep. Okay. Izakon will eat it.
Put it in his mouth.
Havoc, you know the magic trick you pull a quarter from behind somebody's ear?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the key.
Yeah, you feel like a slight burning sensation in your mouth for a second as the key reappears in Havoc's hands.
It's real ashy in there. Yeah, I didn't expect you to actually eat it. Anyway.
Juniper hands Izakon some water just
Izakon's like Josh. You tell him to put something in his mouth and he does.
Pause.
No,
Pause.
not
Hold
pause.
on.
Not pause.
Hold on a minute.
Josh, am I wrong?
But there's like context, right?
There's context there? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll hand it back to you, Izakon, like, you can still hold on to it. You seem like you're having a moment. You seem like you're having a moment.
You...
I don't know if we should.
You two are extremely excited to be handed the fate of the entirety of everything.
It's just the ability for cultures across completely separate realms of existence to be able to communicate with each other, and also the key to the most dangerous angel's crypt.
Correct.
Yeah.
The fate of very existence, as we know it,
What better hands?
is right here.
Yeah.
No,
Jewel.
no, there are so many better hands. How about the heroes that saved us from the Dark Ages?
Well, they're dead, so...
Yeah.
About the people who are just more powerful than we are in general.
I mean...
We got our asses kicked by a college kid.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. It was his
We
reinforcement.
got our asses kicked by a random Valkyrie that we don't even know if it was a Valkyrie. A being that hasn't been seen in millennia showed up and beat the fuck out of me.
Well,
I mean,
I think we can do it.
And now we've just been handed the key to the thing that people sealed, like Frodoelangelo, who spent the last of her life building prisons for these things. This isn't a senior project. This isn't an adventure.
Well, she clearly thought we were capable.
another sod of your habits.
The statue kind of speaks up. Unfortunately, it must be you. And there are dangers coming. More dangerous than the angels locked in this world. For there is another. And they will become stronger and more powerful than they ever were before. They will threaten everything. The corruption of the Queen will be consuming.
So Havoc gets this the most devilish smirk as Izukan is like kind of finished and the robot is saying things. Izukan, you know, maybe you're not up for it. But this robot's telling us it's gotta be us. And it seems like Frodoelangelo was saying it's gotta be us. So it sounds like to me, these angels locked in these crypts, they're not locked in there to be put away for eternity. They're training dummies. And just the most, like, just his mouth is at his eyes.
And I take my senior project very seriously. It's gonna give me my degree.
Kind of looks over to Wave.
If we succeed in this, you're going to get more than a degree.
First degree in my family. My village, I guess. It's all about what's important to you.
Looks over to Wave. I know you had a rough morning, but you up to change the world?
Doesn't really look like got much of a choice, do I?
No, you don't.
I mean, you could say no, and the world spirals into chaos. I think. Looks over at the robot.
And then we all die, and then everyone suffers, and it's all your fault because everyone's dead and you didn't want to help us.
I'm a coward, but I'm not that self-centered.
Frodoelangelo believes and saw that each of you inside has something to offer. Fate is a tricky thing. It does not guarantee the future, but it is a compass. your final place before you leave. The golem will walk, leading you all back into that main chamber. And as she leads you, she's kind of pressing the different mirrors, kind of flicking them back on, turns the light to the red. And as she gets back into the room, she turns it to the one image you actually didn't look at through the red light. And that's to the image of Justice Maker, of Thray. And you can see in this image, Thray kneels, no longer up, flying, but now kneels with the sword being gestured out to a set of open hands that are taking them. And you can see the background has changed from that of great open sky to that of a temple. And Wave, you recognize the temple. It's a temple from your home in Iris. It is what is the greatest temple devoted to the Creator, which was created directly after the Dark Age. It is actually where the great ceremony celebrating the 4 warriors who saved the realm took place, on the front steps of it as it was still being constructed.
Wave looks up at that picture and kind of mutters to himself, "That's a place I haven't seen in a while."
And so, with a newfound weight on your shoulders, a mission to complete, and foes whom you already know are on your tails, that is where we're going to call the end of today's session.
Woo!
Yeah, so you didn't end yet, did you?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I
Well,
was
thank
gonna
you
wait
for-
for everybody to say
Yeah.
thanks and goodbye and stuff like that.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. Little bit of a shorter one this week, but I think that's fine. I think, are we gonna try to do?
Yeah, we'll be
anything
on next week.
We'll be on
same
next week.
time,
15.
Same
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. This time, just more of a podcast style.
No, I think we're gonna do
Are
a
we?
normal one. Yeah.
Are we doing a normal session?
Are we doing?
Yeah, normal session.
Yes, I
Oh,
believe
okay.
so.
Josh, you're gonna be here?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Uh,
Okay.
Because originally Josh was going to be
if I
here for
remember-
the 15th, and that was the first one he was going to
Yeah.
be back for.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Well,
Mhm.
looking forward to it. We'll see you all then. So take care, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.